Yep,
Oh, so
live.
we are so we're sideways on mic, so we have to hold it this way.
Oh,
sorry,
no.
Y'all. We trying. This is just this is our first time, so we're like troubleshooting. Okay, we're trying. Actually, I'm like, hold on. I didn't. Yeah, that's better. Okay.
Aquafina, you guys owe us some money or something. We're advertising for you.
Right. Is that in the way? Maybe I should put it like here.
Sure.
Okay. Go right there. Okay, we got it. Okay. We got it, y'all.
Hello, my love bug.
This is okay. This is so crazy. Okay, so we've never went live before on YouTube or on Instagram, so please be patient with us. We are really trying to figure this out. This is our first live, so I'm excited. Yeah. This is my friend Samaj. If you already not subscribed to her or on her Instagram, please be sure to check her out.
Awesome. And this is Ashley. As you guys know, I go by Bailey's Raves on Instagram and on YouTube. So if you're looking for me, go ahead and search Bailey's Raves. Bailey like Irish, and then Raves like read all about it. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I'm gonna rave about it. And of course, this is Ashley Joyce with an S. So always keep that S at the end, all right?
Always keep that S. It's Ashley and then Joy with an S. So we're about to talk about life.
So we have a couple of things that we actually want to bring to you guys today. We're going to be talking about some of the things that we've gone through 2017.
Sorry, y'all. I'm going to let her talk. I forgot to put Facebook because I was going to. No, you can't do both, can you? You can't. Not on the computer. It's fine. We'll just stick with these two. Or maybe.
Yeah. Does anyone out there know if we can do Facebook and Instagram and YouTube Live? Like, can we do a trifecta here?
I don't even know what I just did. I just lost the YouTube Live. I don't even know. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry.
Perfect.
You're back. Hello.
But yeah, everybody, we're going to go over some of the things that we accomplished in 2017, as well as some of the turmoils or like difficulties and things that we're just leaving in 2017, because as just people in general, we have a hard time like cutting things off and cutting habits off, and we bring certain trauma into our new years, and then we're like, man, why am I always in this tough spot, or why is this bad stuff always happening to me? And it's because we're not making a conscious decision to cut it off. So we're going to talk about some of the things that we've gone through 2017, what we've learned from that experience, as well as what we're accepting in 2018. And then we're also going to talk about how to grow our channels and how we've been growing our channels and things like that. So yeah. I'm super excited.
I'm excited, especially because I know there's a lot of you guys out there who are trying to pursue something when it comes to like a business or something with yourself, like a brand. And a lot of times we're afraid to step out on faith and do these things, especially when it's something that's not. Can you guys?
Can anybody else? Is anybody having a hard time hearing us?
Yeah. Anyone else? Let me see. My work. I'm not sure if it's my phone. Does anybody else have a hard time hearing us that's watching this live on here? I'm not sure about YouTube because I don't know how to check the comments.
This person said they can hear.
Okay.
It's probably your phone.
I'm sorry.
Do you have like a headset or something that you can listen to us on?
Hopefully it's not your phone, Jessica, but then if she can't hear it, she probably can't even hear it. I'm gonna say your phone.
We think it's your phone. She's probably like, what is going on?
See?
Joseph can hear us. Thank you, Joseph. Much appreciated.
But yeah, we're basically I'm sorry, Jessica, if you can't hear us. I know you probably can't hear us telling you that, but I don't know what else to say. I'm so sorry. But like I think a lot of times when you're trying to start a brand, you're trying to start a business and stuff like that, especially being someone that, you know, is an entrepreneur by spirit, it's sometimes hard or difficult when you're not used to people around you. What you say, like who's trying to do the same thing. So I don't know. I think this is going to be a really good live because we have a lot of things we're going to talk about. Hopefully inspire you guys out there to follow your dreams. Honestly, just to make this year your year.
Yes. And we've talked about it behind the scenes, but we definitely want to hear you guys' declarations of what you are intentionally bringing into this year. Like, what are you standing up for? What are you going to practice more? And, you know, just bring it to your life. So listen to our stories and always chime in. We love to have conversations with you guys and hear your feedback and actually go back and forth, because we do want to make this a conversation. It's not just us telling you things. It's a two-way 4-way, 6-way, 8-way conversation.
Hi, Skyla. Yeah, like because the thing is, we care about you guys as well, and I think our life journey is something that helps other people, just like your life journey can help other people. Hi, anybody that just joined. Hi, welcome to our live. We're really excited to talk to you guys about, our New Year goals. So first, for me, I kind of want to talk about what I think are goals, and I think it's really important. I think goals are something that you want to achieve and something you want to strive for, but a lot of times our goals are not rooted in the, I would say, the best intentions. I think sometimes when we have these goals, we're kind of setting them around the people around us and the things that we want to do based off of how we want the people to view us. But the problem with that is you'll never be happy when you're doing it that way. You really, 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 for me, I'm really big on faith. I consult with God with what is my purpose? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? And so that's what allows me to create these goals. I'm personally not like a big fan of, it's 2018, so let's start a new year and this is like my year and stuff like that. But I will say that that's very important to have that type of mindset, because a lot of times some people need something to hold on to. Yeah. Some people need something to put them in a position to where they can feel like they have a reason to create these goals in the first place.
Exactly. And just to kind of piggyback off of that, I think a lot of times when you don't know where you're going, you will not end up anywhere. Just like when you go to a person's house or you go to a special restaurant, you kind of have an emotion that's built around that, and you're like, man, I'm excited to go ahead and go to this P.F. Chang. I'm going to make sure I get me some stir fry. And you kind of have these things in mind, but which one are you going to go to? Which route? Who are you bringing with you? So it's an intention that we all need to be setting while we are going along our path to be successful or to pursue entrepreneurship, or just even your basic dreams. Like if you want to lose weight or want to grow your hair, there's goals that we need to be working towards. So I know me personally, kind of like you, a lot of people set New Year's resolutions, and by the time January 31st, they're like, man, I forgot all about that. I saw this taco, I had to eat. I can't do my paleo diet anymore.
And there's a lot of people that would do that because you know why? I think the problem is you try to think about all these things you're going to accomplish for a whole year versus taking your time and thinking about what can I accomplish today, what can I accomplish tomorrow, because I think all of those smaller steps is going to lead you to that bigger goal.
Exactly. We all have to take baby steps. If you're just jumping feet in, who jumps into a pool directly on the 6-foot side? No, I don't.
I tried once, and I'm gonna tell you. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. When I was a kid, that didn't end well. I actually almost drowned, but
exactly.
Don't do it.
Exactly. You don't want to drown, because usually when you're in a life drowning or life to death type of situation, you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
No. I think you learn. I mean, you want to be careful, because I was 4, but it's like
you're better than I was. I was like 8, and I was like trying my very best. I was like,
my mama was like, no. I'm like, no, I'm gonna figure out how to swim in this water. But no, I definitely almost drowned. That was not a fun feeling. But I think to piggyback on what you said is true, though. You have to take your time. You really have to give yourself that time to do it. And you can't just throw your. I always use this analogy with my friends. I always tell them, they always say, "It's just too much. It's just too much." And I don't listen to my own words of advice a lot of the time. So I'm learning to do that. But I would say, imagine your life as being like a plate, and you're putting stuff on it. And sometimes you can't eat a whole burger in one big gulp. You have to take bites.
That's so awesome, Joseph.
Or you'll choke.
Exactly.
And I'm not trying to choke.
Exactly. Joseph, do you mind if I share with everyone what you just commented? Let's see. While we're waiting for his response, I agree. Like, you will choke, and it's discouraging, and that's one thing you don't want in your life. This is your life. This is what you're doing. You have from this moment on until you die to go ahead. Thank you, Joseph. To go ahead and create the life that you're looking for. So you don't want to create discouragement or sadness or sorrow in your own life by overthinking your process and thinking, oh, well, Rebecca on Facebook, she has a mansion and she graduated a year before me, and I don't understand why I'm not at that point in my life, and what can I do? And even with that, you can hear the stress, you can feel the pain, you can hear the agony. So take your time, to actually figure out what you want to do. It may not look the same way as everybody else is doing it, but take your time, figure it out, and take it step by step. And one other thing I want to add in there, you know, I remember YouTube when it wasn't as big as it is now. But I used to follow a young lady named Taryn Guy. She changed her name to something that I can't remember, but she's gone offline for a little bit for the month of December. But even before that, she says, you know, a lot of people try to make New Year's resolutions, but they're not realizing that we're in the middle of winter, and winter is the time of rest. So you rest and you're building. So this should be the time where you're taking some time to build yourself and get the tools for your empire.
Hello, it's the leader.
So go ahead and take that time to build your skills. And I do just want to let you guys know that Joseph, I'm just going to read it verbatim. He hopes to finish his manuscript and send to publishing agencies and to start a movie review blog. Also, he's in between self-educating himself as well as going to school. And that's one thing that you definitely always need to keep in mind. Like, there's always something to be learned. There's always some more that you can add to your education, to your self-worth, so that when you do get up there, as people say, luck is, time in preparation or something like that. Right time, right place with the education. You can't be at the right time, right place, and don't have the education that you need or don't have the skills that you need. So to, like you said, to be practicing every day, to be building your empire, to be creating your vision. And then as soon as you get to that opportunity, you're like, as soon as you get to that opportunity, you're like, yep, I got this, I got that, I got this. Now what you got for me?
Yeah, because you can't have the other way around. Because a lot of times, I think a lot of times what we'll do is we'll want something so bad in our lives, and we'll want something to happen. But what we don't do, exactly. Well, who said it? Will Smith?
I don't know.
I think Joseph is helping me out. You helping me out. I'm like, is it Will Smith? I kind of messed it up. But like, I feel like a lot of times what we'll do is we're not prepared for the things that we're praying for. We're not prepared for the things that we want. And a lot of times when we get those things, we destroy them. We don't actually know what to do with them. It's almost like, and I'm not trying to use a baby as, because I think this is true though, because even with a baby, some people, they're thrown into situations, right, where they have a child and they may not know how to necessarily provide everything for that child right away. They have to learn those steps. But it's a lot easier when you do prepare for it though, right? And I think that's life. A lot of times we're not prepared for the things we're praying for. We don't have the tools or the skill set that we need in order to make sure that this thing is going to be successful. And a lot of times we're praying, we're like, Lord, I want this. Why don't I have this? Like, I'm constantly praying for this thing and it's not happening. Like, what is wrong with me? And all God is saying is, be still and let's work on the things that you need to do so that when you get these things, you will not destroy. They won't destroy you, or you won't destroy them. I mean, and it's a lot of things. It's a lot of times I think people do that. We'll want something so bad, you'll try to get it, and then when you get it, you're like, wait, what am I doing? And you're like, what am I doing? And it's like, no. Sometimes it's better to just really work on yourself first. Exactly. Find that self-love, find that wholeness in Christ, find that wholeness in yourself first, and that includes with your goals and with your dreams as well, because you have to be able to be happy with yourself to accomplish your dreams. I mean, how else would you do it?
Exactly. Joseph chimed in to let us know that it is Will Smith. That is a confirmation.
Okay, I was like trying to make sure, and also like another statement Will Smith said. I'm not going to be verbatim with this, but he said something along the lines of, "Success is at the edge of destruction." I think that's what he said. And I think a lot of times we get to a point where you feel like you're completely had it, but if you just like hold on just hold on just a little bit longer and just have that faith. The moment you feel like everything is falling apart and you push past that feeling of everything is destroyed, God, it's like sometimes you have to destroy the things to make new. Yeah. And when you get past that moment of destruction, which it feels like you're on the verge of it, a lot of times when you get past that point, it's beautiful because you've destroyed everything that needs to be out the way, so you can actually plant the correct seeds so that they can grow. Exactly. And that's the same way with your goals for this year.
Yes. Joseph's like, yes, I'm feeling this. This is the right thing right here.
Yeah, we trying out here.
But that's the truth. Like, I feel like on the flip side of that, a lot of us, we are in worship a lot of times, and we're constantly praying, whether that be in the church or behind closed doors, and asking God, to please supply me with this, that, and the third. And then God puts it right there. And you're like, oh, never mind. Because it's going to take work to get there. It may take some time for you to kind of build and maneuver to get to this thing, but God has it right there for you. Kind of like you said, you have to push yourself, constantly push yourself. And I don't know why people think that it's supposed to just come easy. Like, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to a lot of people that do have, multi-million dollar businesses and things of that nature. And you see them right now, you're like, oh, that's that one guy that has all the money, but he then had a story that took 10 years, 15 years for him to get there. But no one wants to hear that part.
The process.
Exactly.
They don't.
Exactly. And that's one thing that our society has done a really good job with covering up, the fact that it isn't easy. They told us, I know to me and my friend circles, we talk a lot about this, about how in high school, our teachers and kind of society was like, yeah, graduate high school, go to college, you'll be awesome, you'll get a 6-figure job, you'll have a penthouse, all this and all that. However, when we actually get to a certain point in life, it's not that easy. So it takes time to actually build yourself and do what you need to do.
I agree. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm like all over, but I'm trying to like make sure we're engaging with the YouTube community. So we're like trying our best to like, because we're doing 4 things right now. So we're sorry. But if you've just joined us, we're talking about New Year's goals and just like really getting to our purposes and things like that. But I don't know, like I think it's going to take time though. The biggest thing is just really giving yourself that time to achieve these things. And it's just so important. I think it's important to actually take the time. I think take the time, like literally take the time. Be patient with yourself.
Yes. And another thing, like, it just came to my mind, your friend circles. Who's in your circle?
Yes.
You're trying to achieve different things, but you got so-and-so who wants to smoke 10 blunts and just chill out in the back seat of somebody's car. That person can't be in your circle. I'm so sorry. You guys could have been like best friends since kindergarten, but if you got to let people go ahead. You got to snip weeds.
Oh, snip weeds. Like, I agree with you though, and that's so important. People don't realize that people around you are going to influence you in some way, shape, or form. It may not be like, oh well, this person's around me, they're doing this, so I'm not going to do it. No, it might be the way you're thinking as well. Maybe they may influence your thoughts. They may bring you down in ways that you would never expect. Because if you just imagine taking what's the saying, like one rotten apple in the bunch,
spoil the bunch.
It's like, okay, and people make the statement like, oh well, you can be a better person to that person. You can actually help them grow. That is true, but sometimes everybody is not able to do that. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Everybody's not able to be around toxic people and inspire them without being inspired by them, by their actions, or being influenced by it. Sometimes you have to literally love them from a distance, pray for them from a distance, because you cannot force people to change. You can't make people understand it your way, because the best way to do it is to honestly live the truth that you know that you're supposed to be living. Exactly. And those people around you who really want to change, they'll come to you. Trust me, people have they came to me and they said it like, how do I change from this to this, when they wasn't on board when I first was being a certain way, just a lot of ways, people would come to me asking me the question. And when they come to you, then you can say, okay, I'll be there for you. I'll help you. We can kind of figure this out together, tell them some tips. But otherwise, don't allow that to sink into your heart, because it will get there. Exactly. It will get there eventually if you let it.
Exactly. Joseph is chiming in and saying, how many goals do we think that we should focus on?
Honestly, Honestly, I think a couple. And I say that because a lot of times people, they try to make resolutions this huge 50 list thing, and they never even get one.
Exactly.
I honestly, truly, wholeheartedly believe that your biggest goal in life is peace, and peace changes every day for you. It's not going to be a set thing every single time of your life. You may have different goals throughout different seasons. So if you set these goals that's like, I want to do these 50 things, and then you realize you're going to evolve, you're going to grow throughout that time. And so when those things change, it is okay to switch up your resolution. It is okay to switch up your goals. You're not going to be the same person from yesterday. You're going to be a different person. So I say a couple, and when I say that, you have to have the bigger picture, because the little picture, those sentences come into place through time.
Exactly.
And that's okay. But some different. Some people say 10. Some people say 5. It's what you feel in your heart is right for you.
Exactly. I agree. Me, for the most part, I think that focus on that. Thank you. I was like looking so hard. I don't have on my glasses today, you guys. So if I'm squinting really hard, it's because I'm trying to see. But I agree. I think that you shouldn't become overzealous with your goals. You should just kind of be like, what are 3 things I want to focus on, or 4 things? 1 to 4 things you should focus on, because I say 4 because there's 4 seasons. So hi, welcome to our live chat. We're talking about our
Austin.
goals.
I'm sorry we didn't say hi to Austin. Hi, Austin.
We're talking about our goals and what we're trying to accomplish, and we're keeping it an open conversation. So if you guys have any goals or questions, definitely toss them out.
Yes.
But I say 1 to 4 because there's 4 seasons, and I believe that we follow a natural rhythm in life.
What am I going to say? I'm trying to move the YouTube chat over so I can see if anybody wrote. Okay, no, okay. Sorry, y'all. But we're new to this.
But even myself, I'll dive into it. Myself, some people out there in the world, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna work out at 10:30. I'm gonna eat at this. I don't like that. That stresses me out. To be honest, it makes me angry with myself because I'm like, why do I have to do this way? I don't feel like waking up right now because I'm tired because I was working, or I don't feel like doing this other thing because I want to spend time with my family. So I take my time to actually prioritize what's important to me. And one thing that everyone needs to remember is that you can't be any help or anything to anybody else if you're all broken up inside. So even last year, the beginning of last year, I fasted for a week, and I'll be fasting for a week this year again. I'm starting my fast on this coming Sunday, so I'm gonna try to get as many French fries as I can in. Before my fast. Like, let me get that. But I usually fast anywhere between 4 days to a week, and it's completely like a liquid fast. I don't, start eating again at 6. So I only have like jugs of water, and sometimes I infuse them with cucumbers and stuff like that, and just keep hydrated, constantly drinking. But I usually take that time and I pray with myself, and I spend time with God, and I spend time with my spirit. And I have a notebook. I always keep a notebook with me because there's different things that come to mind. God speaks to you in several different ways. A lot of people believe that God is like this voice is like, oh yeah, do this. Right now. Exactly.
It could be, but
it could possibly be.
Most of the time, it's the people and things.
Yes, exactly. Even music or signs. I have a friend that was driving and saw a sign that just spoke to her spirit. And you know when something speaks to your spirit. So I'll go over just some of the things I created last year. During my fast, I had like a giant notebook. I like to write on white paper. So long story short, I said, by 2000, and it was more so like dear 2018 self. So I wrote about how I want to actually start to pursue my entrepreneurship, how I wanted to be closer to my family, and how I wanted to just love myself more and do what's important for myself to be happy. So as we move through the year, you take that time to say, okay, check in with yourself. Am I being a good member of my family? Am I loving myself? Am I doing things that are aligned with my entrepreneurship? And if you're not, do it. Start right then. If you're sitting down at your office job like I was, like, why am I here? You say to yourself, man, I could be listening to a podcast about how to break from this type of situation, or I could be going to different seminars that happens, especially during the summers, but women's seminars or any type of seminars that will allow for me to be in that type of vibe or connecting with other people. I love going to the farmer's market. So everybody at the farmer's market is an entrepreneur.
They really are.
You sit there and you talk to them and you say, oh my gosh, like, I love the fact that you make boxes. What made you make this box? And you hear their story.
And they be successful at the things that they really love to do.
Exactly. And because they really love it. So let me see, I have something here. All right. Okay, do you want for me to read that, or is that just for us? As we're waiting for the response, but I love that. I think I'm praying for you, and I have faith for you, and I have love for you. You know, I'm always here to support you. So whatever you need, let me know. You know, I'm only a phone call away. But I love that. So
she said you could read it.
Awesome. So my cousin, she's hoping that by the summer, now excuse me, because like I said, it's small print, but by the summer, she hopes to be certified in CPR in AED, and she's also starting making wigs. So if you guys have any pointers on wig making or doing hair, chime in.
Tell her to contact me because I do, hair. So
see, there it is. You put your stuff out. You put it out to the world, and people just come. People just come to you. But yeah, so she wants to start making wigs as a business that makes wigs for women and children who suffer from alopecia.
Okay.
So it's a great cause. I think that's a beautiful thing. I am rooting for you, like I said. Let me know if there's anything I could do to help you. And that's what you should be trying to do. You should be trying to be of service to other people and just doing stuff that you love. So hi, thank you for joining us, and
hello.
I love you so much. Thank you for that. So yeah, and thank you, Joseph, as well. Love you too. And welcome to our channel.
Sorry, we are really we're not neglecting you guys on YouTube. If you actually, I'm looking at the chat now. If you have any questions, if you're watching us from YouTube, please let us know what your goals are.
Let's open it up.
We really want to know, like, what are your goals? What are one or two things that you really, really, really want to work on this year? Whether it be yourself, your faith, your business. I mean, you don't have to be so specific right away because those details will come as time go on. You will change and things will change.
Exactly.
So just overviews are always good. People they think that it's a bad thing when you just say, I just want to do this. And people are like, no, what is the 2-year plan?
Yes.
What is the 3-month plan? It's like
the 5-year plan freaks me out. If you have a 5-year plan, no disrespect to the type A's out there.
I want to speak on that too because when I first went off to college, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to do. Unless honestly, my life is not where I thought it was going to be, and that's okay. I've actually learned that I was one of those people who planned out everything. Like my alarm went off on my phone all the time. I knew what I wanted to do.
What?
I know where I wanted to be. In my mind, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to do this. By this age, by a certain age. And when I've honestly learned to just like trust God's timing, and I'm still struggling with that, but that's when my life actually changed because I began to understand myself more than I ever did in the past because I didn't have these chains on myself and what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. And I began to realize I've always been an entrepreneur. God has always created me to be an entrepreneur. That's why I quit every job I was working. So why I never worked a job for more than like 3 months because I'm supposed to own a business. And when I came to like that conclusion and that reality, my life changed.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't put the 5. I mean, and I'm not saying some of you guys out there know what you want to do. We're not discouraging. You may have that, and I don't think it's anything wrong with writing it out. But what I'm saying is, don't be married to it because it ain't married to you. Trust me. Life is not married to your ideas, your goals. It is just a co-partnership, and sometimes they leave. So you may change and be different.
Exactly. And that's one thing I kind of want to piggyback off of that. I'm in a similar boat. Like I never really stayed at a job for more than 6 months to a year, just because I have so much to offer. And like you said, God put into us the skills of entrepreneurship. So whenever I get into a certain department or store or whatever you want to call it, a certain job, I take leadership. I take complete leadership over the department. A lot of people rely on me. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, are you the manager? I need help with A, B, C, D. The managers are always putting things off on me and like, hey, I need you to do this, that, and the third. And I'm always there. But whenever it came down to actually the promotion part or the raise part, they're like, unfortunately, we can't do that because of whatever obscure reason. So some made up arbitrary lie that they continue to tell.
Yeah.
So, or arbitrary. So long story short, I think that, like you said, just trust God and trust timing. I was also one of those people that was like, okay, by 25, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have this, then the third together. And, you know, I've hit 25 and I don't have...
Hello, family. I don't know if I said his name right. I'm sorry.
And I don't have any of those things together. But the thing is, the stuff that I need, I have.
Yes.
I have a strong support system. I have family, I have love, I have opportunities, I have my health, you know. The people that are around me love me and want me to be good and have success, and I want that for them as well. So, yeah, I wanted to have like an awesome like glass house and drive a Lamborghini and have like this marketing CEO position somewhere, but that's not in the cards. Not right now for me at 25, and I'm now 26, so it's a whole year later, and I'm happy. So there's nothing wrong with a little trial and error and not being where you kind of saw yourself being, but as long as you're achieving the goals that you actually want to achieve. Because if you see yourself getting a college degree, but you're sitting at home doing nothing, then you should feel a certain way about yourself. Like, damn, you ain't going because your mom's here. I'm going to say a curse word, but I'm like, your mom's here.
She doesn't. Well, she doesn't hear it. She can't even hear us. I understand what you're saying, like, far as you want to be respectful, but
I was like, but damn.
But y'all, I'm literally, y'all know me. I'm one of those people where y'all can probably see me, like, I'm like holding like my dress because I have a dress on and I'm trying to.
Right.
Wait, okay, I'm about to roll over.
She's gonna like roll to the back.
Because I feel like you guys can see my. Okay.
But yeah, a 5-year plan is scary, Joseph. That because who knows if you're even going to be alive in 5 years?
Exactly.
Like, this past year, I lost my grandmother, and I would have never thought that. And it broke our family's heart, and we didn't see it coming. And there's no telling that's, she was a very valued person in our lives. And, we come from a matriarch type of family. So she was like the solid backbone of our household and our family. So it's just like, you never know what's going to happen within 5 years. You might be homeless.
And that actually happens to a lot of people where they have these goals and they think that this is what's going to happen. But sometimes you hit breaking points. And that's okay too, because I feel like in those moments is when you gain the greatest strength. You gain your biggest, what am I trying to say? You gain the most faith. Because in those moments, you have to rely on God. You have to trust God. And that is okay because, we steer from our reality sometimes and we drug ourselves or we do things that may relieve us for the moment, but in reality, you're not really growing. You're not allowing yourself to actually overcome it. But I do want to read. Let's see.
Good for you.
That is really good because I think. I'm sorry. I think I read it wrong.
Do you mind if we share? And as we're waiting for the response, it's kind of like piggybacking off of what you said already. But taking your time to realize what's right for you is important. Yes. So whatever, you may have a plan or an idea. However, if you go left, that's okay. Take that detour. Take the scenic route in life. Yeah. Don't take the direct. I'll get there in 30 minutes.
That everybody is taking. A lot of times, especially in this society, we're piggybacking off of everything that we see everybody's doing just so that we can fit in. But sometimes it's more than just that. It's about you finding yourself, your true identity, and staying to that and being unapologetic about being who you are. Because there's going to be people who like you. There's going to be people who don't like you. And I think a lot of times when we try to create these goals, we're creating them from a place that's not even us. That's not, once again, who we really are. So,
she said it's okay to share.
Okay, you want to read it? I can't. She can see better than I can, y'all. I don't have my glasses at
all. We're gonna try this. So, one of our viewers wanted to go to grad school for occupational therapy. After she finished her last semester of college, but she got extremely stressed out, based off of like the deadlines and things of that nature. So she just decided to take a year off to give herself a break, and here it is. She's less stressed.
And sometimes you need that. There's nothing. First of all, the Bible says we need rest. We need rest, and you have to give yourself that rest. If you don't give yourself that rest, you will drive yourself crazy. Honestly,
You will burn out.
You will burn out because you have to take that time. First of all, let me just say this. Like she said earlier, we don't know when our last day will be. So you may live to be 90. Let's say you live to be 95. I'm just throwing a random number out there. 1 year out of your whole life to take some rest. Let's put things into perspective because you don't know. You will never know what your life is going to be like from now until you're 95. But the only thing you can do is enjoy that journey. Yes. And I'm so grateful that you actually shared that because a lot of people are afraid to take that break. People told me not to take a break when I was about to go to grad school. You're like, oh, you have all these A's. You graduated in honors. You should go straight to grad school. But I took a break. And let me tell you, in that break is when I learned the most about myself because going right from high school to college, you don't really take time to learn about what you want to do. You're in school. You're being conditioned to do what you're supposed to be doing in college. And when I took that moment, I was like, you know what? I'm not saying I won't ever go back because I do think one day I may want to go back to be a physician assistant. I don't know. That's something maybe I'll talk about. But that gave me the strength and what I needed to do what I'm doing now, which I love doing. I'm actually happy. So take your break. Don't explain to people why you're taking a break. I'm pretty sure there's probably people asking you why you're taking a break. You should do it. You can do it. You can do it. But sometimes you need a break to really give yourself that encouragement to say, you know what? I took the space I needed for myself so that I can be honestly sure. Because going to grad school for something that you really don't want to do is a lot of money. It's a waste of money. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat it because some people will. Go to grad school, get your degree. No, take the time. If you want to go back, then in a year, that school will always be there. Your mental health will not.
Exactly.
You can't
you will be gone with the wind, and they will be still making that money off of other people that took your spot.
Exactly. So be proud of yourself for taking a step for yourself. Be proud of yourself for deciding to make a decision for you that you knew was right. Because like you said, you're less stressed now.
Exactly.
But if you feel like you should go back, when you finish with this, fight back and go back.
Yes. To one of the comments, I'm feeling the podcast comment. We really do need to start a podcast. That would be awesome.
That would be actually pretty cool. And especially I feel like, and YouTubers, we did not forget about you. We love you guys. We're definitely, I see you guys there. I'm still, we're right now we are on Instagram. We're on both.
Yes.
So do not neglect to answer questions.
Chime in, share some of your stories.
Yes, anybody who just joined, welcome. We're talking about resolutions, goals, and just faith and just. I think like towards the end we'll talk about if you guys are interested in growing channels and growing businesses, and we'll just give you some motivation. But right now it seems like people really are liking this. The people versus click. Hello.
Hi. But I kind of want to piggyback off of something that you said because I think that it's worth noting. So to me, I'm a Sagittarius, so I like options. But you mentioned earlier how, maybe one day I might want to do this.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to have like tangible goals. Let's have life goals. Like don't tie yourself to it, but kind of, and this is something I do as well. I have this spreadsheet on my computer and I named it my bucket list. It's things that I want to do in life. When it happens, I don't know. I don't care. But we might get there, we might not. I don't mind.
Gianna.
But like I said earlier, have your main goal or your main 4 goals for the year and strive towards that. And make sure it's something that speaks to your spirit. And it's not something like, I'm going to get them new J's. Like those.
You can always get those new J's.
Exactly, right. So I think that it's really important to understand that you have your main goals, but also have like for those loftier goals. But you can keep that as a goal, but put it up here. That way you don't have such an emotional tie to it that it devastates you when you can't get to it. Because sometimes you're not going to get to it, whether you don't,
no matter how hard you try, sometimes some things are meant to be.
Exactly.
Some things are not for you. No matter how much you think they are, some things are just not.
Either they're not for you or you're not there yet. You're not ready. Like
he said, new J's are fire though. True, but that's true. But I mean, there's a lot of things that's fire though. An amazing career that you love.
Yes.
That's fire too.
Or a passport so you can go to Thailand or Bali, chilling on the beach.
Those are actually powerful.
Got your bikini on. It's not gonna work for me. Nobody can equal you.
I know the song you're singing.
You don't know that song.
No,
what is that song? What is that called? I don't know.
When you don't know the song, you be like. In your head, you
with
like,
your drink, like okay.
Yeah, I drink water, but I'm thirsty.
I keep on your water.
I know. I'm like, my little water, but I'm thirsty right now. So talking about water. Gosh. Well, no, seriously, I agree with you. I totally agree.
It's the truth because. And it's up to everybody and their priority. I like to travel.
I want to travel. I want to do some traveling this year so much.
See, my main goal, this is not like my main goal, but like one of the things that's on my bucket list goal list is to, hi Cynthia, welcome.
Hi Cynthia.
We're talking about our goals from 2017 going into 2018 and just some things that we want to accomplish. So yay! Chime in if you like. Anybody chime in.
Yes, make sure you guys answer any questions and let me answer. Ask any questions that you would like, and talk about.
podcast.
Okay,
so that.
We can definitely do that, like for sure. Like I feel like why not at this point. And then another thing too, you guys, is make sure you write out some goals if you want. I'm trying to see. I'm sorry, I keep twisting over here because I'm also watching the viewers on YouTube, and you guys are behind. Like their questions are behind you guys. So I'm trying to see what they're saying.
But yeah, so like one thing that I want to make sure that I try my very best to accomplish this year is getting a passport. So
I want one too.
Yeah, I don't have my passport. I know the bougie people out there like, girl, what you waiting on? I'm waiting for the $100, okay? So
yeah, exactly. The finances, okay, let me just tell you guys too, when you're an entrepreneur, the finances at first are so low. Like that's because some people get discouraged when you start your own business. Sometimes those finances are slow, but you have to keep going because I'm telling you, you look at the people who are the most successful.
60
they had like $60 for the passport.
I saw 100 online. Help me out.
Yeah,
give me some more information.
So I thought I seen more than. I thought it was like 125 or something.
I was being generous.
Right. Let us know because we definitely, I for sure. Right. I want to go. Right. What they say?
Same. Like yes,
100,
yes.
Right? Yeah. Let it. Like that's what. Oh no. I think.
Now go to the website, man.
Yeah, it say like some plus tax or something like that.
And then if you don't have like your picture, you got to go to the
you gotta
post office or Walgreens to go get a wallet size picture that's like this big.
Oh, my passport picture, I'm making it. I'm about to be looking right
to print it out.
Yeah, she said my cousin. Okay, she said it's 100. Yeah, see? But yeah, because I want to go to different places like Paris, and I want to try. Like we're young,
exactly,
and I feel like this year specifically, I'm making it my mission to do everything that I said I was going to do, but this time actually do it.
Exactly.
So not even talk about it, not even like I'm just going to do it. You know, and I'm not going to hold myself to like, oh, well, if I'm do this today, I'm a failure. No, I'm going to do it as I go.
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
My voice is high pitched in the beginning.
Right? Like, hi, how you doing?
How you doing? But we're talking about our goals and aspirations and what we're bringing into our 2018. So always chime in if you have any questions or comments. We would love to hear from you guys.
Yes.
So
are any of you guys like looking into like somebody? What are your goals? Like, what are your goals? We're waiting for. We want to hear you guys. We care about what you guys think, what you guys feel, and we want to know what it is. What are your biggest goals? What is one of your biggest goals?
Yes.
One of your biggest goals, right?
Your biggest goal that you need to accomplish within
this
2018.
Year, this has to happen. Like this
you can't wait.
You're gonna fight for it. You're gonna go for it. Whatever it is, faith, job. Let us know. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting.
What?
Marriage.
Okay.
And that's another good thing because that's a general thing because it's going to take steps to get there. You may find a person you want to marry, more money.
Do you already have somebody in your life that you're pursuing, or
I'll get into truly know myself? That's an awesome goal. I like that. I'm with you because that's what I'm trying to do too. Sometimes you lose yourself in life, and so you have to gather yourself. Anybody over here? You guys have any specific goals that's really important?
Hi, welcome. Throw out your goals to us. Let us know what you're trying to achieve for 2018. We would love to hear from you guys.
Yes, like what's your biggest?
You and me both, brother. You and me both. But I'm with you. I feel you on like having a positive, healthy relationship, like finding somebody that meets your goals and you guys are working on things together and trying to conquer stuff together. Shoot.
Yeah. And have like a balanced relationship that respects you and just all those great things. And that comes with knowing yourself. Honestly, that comes with the whole process. It's the process, right? You want to go through this journey of life and you may bump into that person when you're doing the thing that you love most because you're in the right place.
Exactly.
Following what God purposes.
Exactly. One thing that I always tell people is that you can meet anybody anywhere. Yeah. You can be at the grocery store and find the one.
Hi, Stone Havier. I think I said it right. Welcome to our podcast.
Now you gotta say your podcast.
Be more consistent and focus on my channel. Yes, that's a great goal.
There you go.
Because that's something you're trying to pursue for your life, and that's amazing.
Exactly. And don't let fear hold you down. Like fear is what kills dreams. Like quote of the day.
Fear kills dreams. It kills faith.
Yes.
It kills a lot of things. And I'm gonna tell you firsthand, fear is like fear. But what if you chose the one? I'm confused.
For what? For your goals or for your relationship?
Yes, fear. And I think she's talking about fear. Fear is one of those things that. Wait, I'm confused. Comments are. You guys are commenting, but I'm confused what order you guys are following right now. Gianna, you're talking about fear, like it does kill.
I think she's making like two. She's agreeing with us, but she was saying something else. Can you clarify your earlier statement?
Because you said fear kills dreams.
Yes.
And then I think she's saying yes. It does.
And I think these are two different people. Never mind.
Oh, okay. She said yes. Okay.
Perfect.
So yes, fear kills dreams, and it definitely takes away. Let me tell you something about fear. It steals peace, as you guys know. It's very hard to, and sometimes you're afraid of fear itself because you know fear is damaging. In your heart, you know that it's not helping you, and so you want to step outside of it. I'm gonna tell you the best way to beat fear. Go with it. Let it be. I'm telling you, I had anxiety, guys. If you watch my YouTube channel, I talk about it. And when I am anxious, I let myself be anxious because I'm like, you know what? God didn't give me the spirit of fear. I treat my anxiety, which I don't have anymore. I don't claim that anymore over my life. You guys, I talk about this on my channel a lot because there's a lot of people who go through anxiety, but I don't let it stop me. Like right now, I'm feeling slightly anxious, and I would say it like out, and I'm not nervous, but for some reason, anxiety always want to creeps up when I'm doing something that I feel that God wants me to do. And so what I do is I treat it like it's a person. Like, dude, chill. Like, I don't care. Treat it like you just do. Like he said, like Nike, just step past the fear and live your life, because fear will always be there sometimes. And well, I ain't doing that either. I'm sorry. I'm not. People keep making fun of me for not climbing on the top of a mountain. I tried like 4 times. At this point, I've just kind of realized like I'm afraid of heights, and that's okay. Something you just not meant to do.
As I'm getting older, I'm scared.
I'm like, Mom,
what is that down there?
Exactly. But don't let fear hold you back, you guys. I'm telling you, there's something on the other side of fear that is greater than you could ever imagine. And the moment you step over that hump, you will look at your life with so much bliss because you gained strength through that process. But when you get over that hump, you're going to see what you were being held back from. And it's the enemy. It's the trick of the enemy. He knows that. He knows there's just something great on the other side.
Exactly.
So you have to know it too. And trust me, it's worth it.
She said you'll come with so many more skills, you'll come with experience, and then guess what? Once you get there, now you can change positions and tell other people like, hey, you know, I went through A, B, C, D, T, you know, and this is how you can make it too. So we should always be trying to be of service to others and helping each other out so that we all could be on together. So
because we're all in it together. I don't understand the whole like one person trying to beat the other person or being over someone else, because in life we're all one. Like I feel like that's what it's all about, helping each other, being better, because the world is way more productive when we're actually helping and we're loving each other. Because the moment you start hating on people, regardless, forgive people no matter what they've done, that hurts, that sucks, but you have to do it because you cannot move on truly in your life and be better.
Exactly.
So you have to.
Yeah. And even with that statement, like, I just want to piggyback off of that. Hi, welcome to our channel.
I think I said it right, Johnson Lamont. Hello.
I'm like looking hard, but like a lot of people, I know myself, I sometimes struggle with like, well, why did I forgive that person? They're the one that messed up. They're the one that decided in their mind to treat me or whoever the way that, you know, they want to treat me. So I think in that type of situation as well, like forgive other people, but also forgive yourself for like making the mistake of doing whatever and saying, okay, self, I know this happened, but that's okay. Like, life goes on. You're still alive. You know, my favorite thing to say is, this too shall pass.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing new. Like, you're not alone. Like, everything that has happened in your life right now, somebody else has gone through it.
And so sometimes even worse. Sometimes we have to just be appreciative. You know, like, I think a lot of times we forget, like, there's people who've been, and I'm not trying to downplay what you're going through, because what you're going through is necessary. But there's a lot of people who are being, like, you look in these other countries, there's people who are being killed. There's people who are being sex trafficked. There's people who are being abused. Women who can't do anything. They can't. I mean, what we have on right now for some countries, you can't wear that. We would get in trouble for just talking to you guys about our thoughts. And how amazing is it that we can share our thoughts and ideas and allow you guys to have the same respect and conversation with us back. I mean, it's those small things that we forget about that we are able to achieve, you know. So, and also God said forgive. So that's I mean, the thing is, he says forgive. I'm going to be honest, like all the other stuff, okay, yeah, cool. It's all handy and dandy, but sometimes you just don't want to forgive that person, but because God says so, you just have to do it. And that's just how I feel. I feel like sometimes I don't want to, but I do because God says so.
Yeah.
That's the only reason, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm just being honest.
You are funny. Michael, you're hilarious. Thank you. We appreciate the
we
love.
appreciate it. We do. It's just funny because it's the truth, though. Don't you ever been in that situation? You're like, I want to forgive them. And it's like, well, God said in the Bible, forgive those who trespass against you so that you're, and honestly, there's a beautiful bliss in that too.
Yes.
Because then you do,
because you move on.
You eventually
move
will
on because
remember the forgiveness is a choice.
Yes.
It's not nothing more than that.
It's a hard choice.
It's not even a feeling. We think forgiveness is a feeling, but it's not a feeling. It's honestly a choice. I think when you make the choice to forgive somebody or something or whatever happened in your life, it becomes known.
Yes.
To your heart, it'll become known.
Exactly. And like she said, when it comes down to like your heart, it lifts that weight off of your heart. Because if you're sitting around thinking like,
being bitter,
I'm not dealing with that person, la la la. Who is it destroying? It's destroying you. Like
not them. They out there living
their
life.
Care. No matter who it is, hanging out with people.
Yeah, no matter who it is. It could be friends. It could be a significant other. It could be your parents, whoever, your family members.
Yes.
Whoever it is that hurt you. I know some people probably on this who does, go through that. Forgive because I'm telling you, it will destroy you in the long run. And forgiveness, once again, remember what I'm telling you, it is a choice. It is not a feeling. You may feel like, I don't forgive this person, but when you continuously make that choice, eventually that feeling will match up with that decision.
Yes, yeah.
And God He will remove those holes that you have from that off of your heart. And then you'll be like, oh, wait. You'll look up later down the line able to move differently because of that.
Exactly. And I think you touched on something super important, the fact of family. Like,
so, I mean, if you watch my YouTube channel, you already know I'm not the type of person who will be sitting here like, you guys, and this is I'm like I'm thirsty. I'm hot. Ooh, like
well,
I'm not as professional, but
you're fine. Do you? Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Jason Johnson Lamone.
We don't have our glasses, neither one of us.
We're struggling. Let me know if it's Lamone, okay?
Also, guys, do you guys enjoy these type of lives? If you do, let us know. And if it's any other topics that you guys want to talk about later, like we have a few ideas in mind. We're gonna keep to ourselves for now.
Keep you guys in the dark.
Yeah, just until we kind of get some things. But if you guys have anything, let us know. Like we really are enjoying these because we want to help somebody.
Yes. But kind of like you were saying, family, I think it's really hard to forgive family. No one talks about that.
No, they don't.
It's just like, oh, so-and-so did this to you. Just don't talk about it. Like, that's personal. But that is a big thing because a lot of times our family and like people that's closest to us, they are the people who have cut us the deepest and have taken advantage of us, knowing that we are in a certain situation. Like you may be in a financial situation and your cousin or your mom or your dad or your sister's like, but hey, let me hold $500 or something, knowing that you already struggling, trying to feed your kids or whatever the case may be. So sometimes you just gotta move on, and that goes back to the main things that we've been saying: cutting people loose and forgiving people as well. So keep that in mind. Sometimes you just gotta move on.
Yeah, and sometimes you do have to cut off family members. There's no exceptions for that at all. Family, just because somebody is your family does not mean that they're supposed to be in your life. And some people make that mistake. God never said, like, if somebody's constantly hurting you, family member or not, but specifically family members, you sometimes have to take a step away from that because that love can be destroyed that you have for them because of that. You don't want that to happen. Exactly. So it's better sometimes to just keep it where it is, pray for them and love them from a distance. And they may change and come back around and be a better person, but you cannot force them to. Oh, she want to know your channel name.
All right. So I am Bailey's Raves. You can find me on Instagram at Bailey's Raves or on YouTube. So it's
Can I tag it on here?
Sure, yeah.
Well, how do I do it?
Yeah,
y'all, we never did. Here, you want to type it out?
Let's see.
We never did.
Now you guys are gonna see my face.
All in her face. Hey. Hey. Okay, I don't know how to see who's my viewers on YouTube. Yo, can somebody like comment so I can see you? Because I don't really know who's who, and I really want to say hi to you guys. Can you guys comment? Somebody comment, please, on YouTube. Can you comment so I can see who you guys are watching us?
Oh, that's awesome! It's 11:11 in Kuwait, you guys.
I want to see you too. 11:11.
Awesome, Mohammed. Thank you. My phone randomly decided to fall.
Sorry, we was not trying to let you guys fall.
But I'm so glad that this information is really touching you guys because, like we've said beforehand, we really are just here to be of service to you guys in so many words. Like if you've gone through any experience, we do want to let you know that you are not alone. That we are here to give you advice and let you know that we are not counselors or anything like that. You know, I have a major in psychology, but I'm not a psychologist. So, but
we just two girls who live life and we have experiences like you guys have that are all very important. That Ron, stay on top. Hi, Ron. All of you guys are important. Your goals and your experiences are important, and it's okay. Like in life, that's the beautiful thing is to have these memories. When we get old and gray, we can all be like, "You remember when I was 25?" and that, because that's what life is. Life is nothing but memories and experiences, honestly.
So you're not alone. You are not alone at all. Like call somebody up.
Yes. Never give up. So.
Hit us up. Message us.
We're here for everybody.
Like, hey.
And just never give up. Never give up on what you know in your heart is right. Never give up. Hey, never give up on none of the things that you know that you're supposed to be doing. Just keep fighting for yourself. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to fight for you like you fight for you.
Exactly. And lean on people that you know are there to support you.
Be careful. Be careful with the people who you tell stuff.
Yes, this is true. Sometimes, I kind of told myself last year, because I was in a really dark place. I was like, you know what? I was feeling certain things. I was feeling emotions. I was feeling.
Go great, just say it. I might go great, but I would be like 60, like, oh, look at my girl. I'm gonna just because I want gray hair now, so I'm gonna. I'm talking about like some clip-ins.
No, okay. I'm like,
not my real hair. I want gray. I'm gonna sit down, be in the mirror, like, oh, I want to be one of those old.
Oh no, what's that? What does that mean?
I guess we have a time limit, y'all. I guess we have to read. Well, for me, I have to because I started my way before you did. Yours.
Oh, well, let's make this quick. So, long story short, I was going through a lot of depression.
You can restart it.
Oh, okay. So you can restart. Okay, cool.
I think it's only a certain time frame for each video.
Y'all,
I'm about to end it now, and I'm gonna start it. So just come right back.
Yeah, come right back.
I'm gonna end it and start it. Okay. And then I'm gonna go back to it.
I think that's terrible. Like, the fact that person is like throwing their expectations onto you, or was throwing their life goals onto other people, and that's one thing that we mess up on. Mine is doing it too now.
I knew it was gonna do it.
Like my thing says I have 20 seconds remaining, so it's gonna close out, and then we're gonna restart.
Go back to.
But first, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
That was smart. So I guess
I was to the bathroom.
Yeah, that was smart. Hi.
Be back in 3 seconds or so.
She's about to run to the bathroom. She's about to run to the bathroom. Hi, YouTube world. While she's in the bathroom, I guess I'll talk to you guys a little bit. Well, and what's feeling that? Well, there's Gianna here. There's Devon here. So I'm gonna just talk to you guys, and I don't know who's on YouTube because you guys aren't telling me who you are in the comments. So I don't know who you guys are, but I do want you guys to know I see you guys, and thank you for being a part of this journey. No handle join. Hi, Destruction Sixtail. She went to the bathroom. She'll be back. She's back. Peace, love, soul. Hi, girl. Welcome back. I hope. Wait, you? Yeah. Okay. I had to check. So since I'm here by myself, I don't really know what to say. So you guys can comment. Did she finish telling her story? No, she did not. She actually ran to the bathroom. So right now, you guys are gonna hear some elevator music while we wait. La la la. So I'm playing. I'm not about to sing. Do you guys have any questions though? Because I really don't know what to say. I really don't. I'm not awkward, but I am awkward when I'm just like sitting here staring at a camera and I don't know what I'm talking about. Can she start over? Yes. So as soon as she get back, she's gonna actually tell the story. She didn't say anything yet at all. Oh yeah. I don't know what to do while I'm sitting here by myself. Yeah, this is literally me in real life. I'm literally like so lost. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. And then her Instagram, her YouTube is just, she's coming because I hear y'all clicking off. She's coming back. I can hear her shutting the door. But like I said, we were talking about goals in life. And honestly, I think this is just an important topic. That's why we decided to do this podcast or this video, because I feel like one of the biggest things in life is to learn from each other and to grow from the experiences that we all can share to be better. It's one thing to go through an experience and hold it to yourself. It's another thing to take that experience and use it for other people to use as a tool for them to get better. Because I'm pretty sure there's somebody who used their experience for you as a tool as well. So we're just sharing our stories and our journeys, and she's back. She want to know your story because she said you started, but she didn't. She's about to start her live, and then she's going to talk about it.
All right. Woo. Okay.
I feel like I should go get my charger, but then I feel like if I do, how am I put it in? What? You guys, my battery. What are your suggestions for getting past social anxiety? I have a desire to help people, but my anxiety always gets in the way. Okay, I can definitely answer that one. One of my friends just called me yesterday, and she asked me the same question. And I will definitely tell you, the first thing I think for me that helped me get past social anxiety is to stop claiming it. That was the first thing I started to do. Now, for a very long time, I always said, oh, I have anxiety. I was telling people that when I got comfortable, because at first I was very afraid to tell people what was going on with me. And then I started to tell people, like, I have anxiety. When I figured it out, when I went and got diagnosed, I'm like, oh, I have anxiety. So I held on to that like it was a badge. I held on to it like it was my life. And not purposely because I didn't want it, but I just kept claiming it into my life. So the moment I decided I don't have anxiety, I have moments where I'm more anxious than others. I have moments where I'm more afraid, but I don't have anxiety. Anxiety is a whole other entity because that's not me at all. And I look at it from a faith standpoint. Like God didn't give me the spirit of fear, so I don't have it. He didn't give it to me, so how could I have it? But what I can say is treat it like it's a friend, right? Treat it like as if, or not even a friend. Treat it like it's somebody who just came in your house and you like, what you doing here, playing like you're not supposed to be in here. You need to go. Sometimes people give you a fight. They're not trying to leave. They're like, nah, I'm sitting on this couch. They know, get out. But sometimes you have to treat it like it's separate from you because you're not anxiety. You have experiences that make you more anxious. And so when you learn, I think the thing that helped me was going to therapy. For a very long time, I fight going to therapy. I didn't want to go so bad. I was like, I'm not going to therapy. I felt like they were going to make me do things I didn't want to do or be on mountains and stuff. I don't know why. Or be in situations that would make me feel this anxiety. But honestly, therapy has helped me so much because I've learned that some of my anxiety came from me not knowing myself and being strong and rooted in who I was and owning up to myself and being okay with that. So when I got to that place of comfort of loving myself, which I'm still learning to do, that kind of helped my anxiety or the anxiety that I felt. So
all of my people are coming back.
Everybody, they probably like they love for a second. So yeah, the first thing is stop claiming it. They tell yourself like, look in the mirror. I do not have anxiety. God did not give me a spirit of fear. Sometimes I'm anxious. If you feel anxious, be honest about it. Like when I'm anxious, I be telling people. I don't be caring. Like I used to be ashamed. I'm not ashamed at all no more. I don't care. I'm like, I'm feeling anxious right now. This is making me feel this way. And I ask myself, what can I do? Or what is it that I'm telling myself? What lie am I telling myself that's creating this lie? And then I acknowledge it. And if somebody has a problem with it, like there are certain things that I have a hard time doing because of anxiety. Like I have a hard time doing certain things or going certain places. I'm honest about it and I slowly work at my pace on overcoming that specific situation, that specific event, that social or whatever. And I just work on it at my own pace. So you have to really just honestly stop telling yourself you have it. Go to therapy, trust God, pray. God will not put you through anything that you can't handle. And then when you overcome it, you're gonna have relapses. And that's okay too. And you're gonna overcome it even more. You're gonna help people. Exactly how I'm able to talk to you. So you will overcome it. Just you gotta stop telling yourself you have it. That's the first thing I honestly can say. You gotta just I can go on and on as we see about this, but you will appreciate when I tell you, you will appreciate it later. You will. Trust me. You're going to look back like, dang, like that made me do this. That forced me to go to therapy, which forced me to learn about myself, which forced me to be a better version of who I am today. So good luck. If you have any specific questions about that topic, just please write me because this is something I really hold dear to me that I talk a lot about on my YouTube channel. It's a very big thing on my channel. I did talk about it and I want to help you. So just write me later, DM me or something and we can talk. We can talk personally.
Definitely. I missed some of the question because I was trying to figure out my phone.
They want to hear your story before you went to the bathroom.
Anything specific? Like
you were saying something, and then you were saying something about last year, and then you was like your phone was about to die, and he's like, okay, okay, good. Well, hello, American baby boy.
Hello. But I just want to piggyback off of that while it's still fresh in my mind. I have chronic depression. I never knew what it was growing up. I just knew sometimes I got sad, and sometimes I just wasn't having a good day, and like why I was feeling this way, or and it's kind of the same. Yeah. So long story short, like you, I went to therapy, but a lot of times the only therapy that I went to is through college, and thank God for that, because in college therapy costs $6 to see your therapist versus when you're outside in the world and it's like $300. I'm not for sure. I was under
Prop Joe.
I'm under the impression that with like Obamacare or like whatever Affordable Care Act, that there are different services you can receive.
Hello, Nunu.
So you'll definitely have to look into that more so. But one thing that I really do is I take one day at a time.
Yes, that's
kind of like you were saying. If somebody calls me up and they're like, "Hey, let's go and do this," and it's like, man, I really want to do that, but I feel like shit.
Yeah.
I have to be honest with myself, because that's who I owe it to. I owe it to me, not to that other person. I have to say, you know what? I'm so sorry. That sounds awesome, but I can't do that. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. But I think when it comes down to anxiety, my personal view on it is, like you said, acknowledge it, know that it's there, but also know that it's not who you are.
Hi, Jamaica.
Know that it will not take over who you are, and just kind of just push past it. Like, okay, well, I'm feeling bad, so today I'm gonna Netflix and chill with myself, but not in like a terrible way.
Yeah.
But like
make
put on a
with yourself
movie, eat some ice cream. Yeah, call. And this is one thing that I was gonna say beforehand. I can't remember all the stuff that I was gonna say. I'm so sorry. My apologies. My memory is shot. But you know, even saying stuff like that, be honest with yourself. But long story short, tell people, like, even though you said, you know, you're not everybody you could let into your life. That's fine and dandy. But I do feel like if you're going through something, call up somebody. Like, even if it's somebody that you don't talk to too much, but you're kind of close to, like, hey, let them know, hey, I'm going through something right now, and I just need an ear. I need somebody to talk to, and talk to that person. And most times people are receptive, but if you already, don't call up the judgmental girl that's always talking about people.
Don't do it, because they will bring you down 10 times faster.
And they'll have your business in the street. Yes. Don't call that person. But there's a lot of people that I'm close to out here. I'm like Ashley. I'm not from Arizona in any sense, and no, I'm from Chicago, so I've been out here. Exactly. So I've been out here for about 3 years, and a lot of people that I was close to, they're not here. So I call them up, or I message them on Facebook, or I just take some sort of time to be like, hey, how's it going? And then if I'm going through something, I'm like, yo, how's life?
Yeah.
Awesome. I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Let's talk. And you don't have to give me any feedback. You don't have to let me know what's going on or like how to solve it. But I just need somebody to talk to. Or even if you need somebody that whoop whoop. But even if you need some feedback, like, hey, I'm going through this thing right now. I don't really know what's best for me. Can you help me? And you make your judgment. You don't let that person dictate your life, because that's one thing that we're really good at, letting other people dictate our lives and bring us down. You take the information and you put it up on the wall and you observe it and say, okay, what from this am I going to keep, and what from this am I not going to keep? Because you don't need to keep everything that people say to you. Sometimes people just be talking.
Yeah, and sometimes people don't know how to deal with the situation because they themselves maybe never been in a situation, or maybe they didn't handle it the way that could have been beneficial for them. So you have to be very careful on that. But I do agree with you. You need to talk to someone. Don't ever, like, you're not alone. No matter how much we feel like we're alone, no matter how much we feel like there's nobody there. One thing that I do know for sure is that no matter what or who's in your circle, God is there. That's the one thing I know. Yes. So even if nobody's physically there, but I will tell you this, you're not alone. There's people around you that maybe you haven't tapped into yet, or maybe knew was there. You have to open yourself up, and trust me, I'm the type of person who's very sheltered. I do not like I do not like opening up, but see, YouTube kind of forced me to do that, and I realized how much alone I wasn't, you know. So we'll tell you later because if you catch what I'm saying. But like the thing is like, no, seriously.
DM us.
Yeah. the thing is like a lot of times we feel alone and we feel like it's just us.
Yes.
Like you have nobody to talk to. Well, one, I've always said, if you need somebody to talk to, just hit me up in my DM, because I'm very passionate about inspiring and helping people get through things. Even if I'm going through something, if I have a part of me that I could, express or help you with something that you're going through, I'm going to give that to you, because God gave me that gift to do that, just like He gave you the gift to do it as well. No matter how low you are, trust me, you got something to give, and somebody got something to give to you as well.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that's what makes life even more enjoyable. Because even when you go, like, think about the people who like homeless, they don't have nothing, but they be giving away what they have. There are some people who are homeless, they will give away what they have to someone else just because that's that connection. In human life, we all want to feel connected in some way.
Exactly.
And sometimes, believe it or not, the experiences and emotions that you have, I keep saying this, are the one thing that can connect you and genuinely change somebody else's life.
Exactly. You don't have to have money to make a change or to make a difference in this world.
You don't.
You just use yourself.
Use your heart. Your heart can really guide you to changing a lot of things. Trust me. Some people just need somebody to be nice to them. Believe it or not, sometimes you're walking down the street and somebody look like I've run into people who have the worst attitude. Hello, Roscoe Cockerham. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible at pronunciation sometimes. But sometimes when people walk down the street and they look at me, I wave. I say hi.
Yeah.
I say it because you never know what they're going through. They may just have had the worst news of their life just happen, and some people they commit suicide. It's a heavy topic, but there's something that is rampant. There's bullying that's happening. There's so many things that's causing people to hit a low. Yes. Even more so, I feel like than back when we were kids or back in the day, because there's so much pressure from every angle.
I feel like it's so funny that you brought that up, because I've been ghosting my YouTube channel for the past month because my hard drive died.
Hello, Simply Blue. Hi.
So I was like, you know what? Maybe this means I need to take a break. But that's one of the topics that I was going to talk about. So if you're new here, always subscribe. My channel is the same as my name, so Bailey's Raves. Check me out on YouTube as well. But social media has made things worse, because once upon a time, if you were bullied, you were just bullied at school. Then you go home and hopefully you have parents to love on you, like, oh my God,
and you'd be sad for like just that, at school.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people are distracted with social media. The parents are distracted, the kids are distracted, and they're using it to bully people, as well as, social media. Like getting on Facebook, there's a lot of times when I'm on my Facebook and I just see drama. So you had a hard day at school. What if you coming home and there's no dinner made? You coming home to a cold house, and then you go on Facebook and you're like, Samantha is a slut bucket and she smells like
bullying them.
And it's like,
bullies them outside of school.
Come on, exactly.
No way to run, nowhere to turn.
Exactly. And I think a lot of things is like a lot of people nowadays, they like, I feel like depression is like a hot topic, and everyone's like, oh, if you need help, go seek help. If you need help, go seek help. But that's not an option. That's like really for people that really truly struggle with depression, that aren't just using it as like an attention grab, you can't just get help. Like, so instead of doing that, like you said, be somebody of service. Always talk to people. Be like, hey, how's it going? I love your shoes. I love your smile. You look really nice today, because you never know, that one compliment could be what is keeping that person from
compliment yourself too. Stop being the person who brings your own self down. Sometimes we don't look at the beauty of ourselves. We're so caught up in waiting for someone else to say it to us. But sometimes you have to look in the mirror and remember who God says you are. God already said it. Open up that Bible and read what He said. He said it. You are beautifully, wonderfully made. So it's important for us to do it to each other, but remember to do it to yourself as well.
Exactly.
Because if you don't, if nobody else decided to do it that day, then you need to be, you know what? I'm going to do it today. I'm going to take control and take power of my life and realize that I am beautifully and I'm wonderfully made. Oh, my battery's at 10%. And that I am a child of God, and that, He didn't make mistakes.
Exactly.
I'm not perfect, but I'm definitely amazing. And I'm hot too, because I'm hot. I just but but I agree with you though with all of that. Like the depression, it's a lot going on in this world, and I think a lot of times all of this, honestly, believe it or not, it all ties to the main topic of our conversation, which is New Year's resolutions. Because the first thing I really believe that everybody should be doing this year is fixing their heart and themselves. Regardless of you feel like you're already a best person you can ever be better, grow. Because that's what's going to show you and teach you what goals you really want out of life. This is all the same thing. It all ties into each other. It really does.
Exactly. Like on your life, this is another thing I was going to say earlier. I look look at my life as a book. So I love to read. I love to write. People that know me know that I like writing. I have a blog. It's at Bailey'sRaves.com. Bailey's Raves everything. Just Google it.
Yeah.
But I like to look at my life as a book. And if I'm walking through Barnes and Nobles, would I read my own book, or is it like dull and boring? And you know, so always kind of strive to love on yourself and make that book worthwhile. Like, would you pick up your own book and read it and say, man, I really love this girl or this guy, and I really love that they overcame this, and I really love that they strive to be a better person. So always kind of look at things that will make you better. So.
Yes, always. Because if you don't, that's the purpose of life. The purpose of life in general, you look at human nature, is growth, it's change. It's that's honestly, life is nothing but change. Everything's changing. Life, you're growing in life. And a lot of times we neglect our own ability to change. Like, we hold ourselves back because we're afraid to change. And sometimes you have to just
let it go.
Let the fear be there. Like, who cares? I'm telling forget the fear. Don't nobody care. I'm using improper grammar. I'm talking regular right now. I'm telling to you exactly how I would say to my sister. I don't care. Like, if I'm afraid, whatever. Like, there's things you have to allow yourself to be for a moment because you're a human. If you're afraid, be afraid. Cool, whatever. Keep it moving though. You're not going to stop yourself because of a feeling. A feeling that's temporary. Half of these feelings we feel, they come, they go. They're not constant. Yes. You know, but you want to be constant with yourself and grow, because that's what's going to get you to a place. Because you're never going to be able to be happy in one space. Point blank period. You're going to grow. You're going to change. You're going to evolve. You're going to be different from day to day, moment to moment. Things you may not see now, you'll look later and be like, wow, okay, well, I grew from that. So allow yourself that time to change. Allow yourself that freedom to be who God called you to be. And don't let nobody stop you. At all.
I challenge you guys, like,
yes.
keep a journal. Like, I know some people out there like keep a journal, but for real, like, if you keep a journal and just kind of log your days,
then
you go
back to my closet and see how many journals
I have. I'm like, how many people have made books though, and then sold like books and made like serious money from their experiences that they've gone through? So you always. This is how I like to look at it. You only have you. Like, of course you have God, that's end all be all. But, you know, she might go, I might go, you might go, you might go. But in the day, you're still in your own life.
Yes.
So who else to lean on besides for yourself? So kind of keep a journal to take care of yourself, as well as look back at some of the things that you've accomplished. Because it's easy for us to forget how far we've come. Like, sometimes we're like, even now I'm sitting here like, oh, okay, like I'm currently self-employed. I'm pursuing photography. And I'm like, dang, I need to come up on some money, la, 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 la.
Girl.
But, you know, last year I was in a whole nother situation that wasn't even healthy or happy. And I'm looking at myself like, man, I've come so far.
Yes. So, because coming far isn't just, you know, a lot of people look at it from a money aspect, but sometimes coming far is just who you become.
Exactly.
And
on several levels. Spiritual, emotionally, physically.
Can we please talk about what we eat and work out too? Because I want to say this too.
I don't know if you want to talk about that.
People may not like this, but I want to really talk about this because I feel like there's a component to our happiness and to our brain chemistry from the foods that we're putting in our bodies, the toxins that we're allowing into our systems, and that's creating us. A lot of us are like, oh, I'm depressed, I'm anxious, we can't figure out why, but we're eating this food that's constantly putting all this poison in us.
Exactly.
And and I'm telling you, I just had little seizures the other day. So I know I'm not trying to sound like I'm perfect. That's the point. I'm trying to tell you, like, you have to change the way you eat.
Yeah.
Even if it's changing, because I used to eat really healthy when I first moved out to Arizona. I felt amazing. I felt great, and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing." But you know, I kind of fell off. I even became vegan for a while, and that was great. However, I was always hungry. Oh my God, could not get full no matter what. I was happy because I was gaining weight.
I could not do McDonald's.
CYM, welcome. And it was just like, but when you start to feed yourself what your body needs, your body responds to everything differently. Your body begins to go through this process of actually being able to function, and function is very important when you're trying to do things. So I can't tell you how to eat. I can't tell you what's good for you. I'm just saying, wherever you are, just do better. Like, even if it's, I don't eat vegetables, so let me just eat, or at least some food may be like that. No, not me.
Oh.
I was like, not me. Like, I'm a vegetable head. All I do is eat vegetables. People used to call me a bunny rabbit. But my thing is, if you don't eat vegetables, then say, you know what? I don't like vegetables, but I'm going to make it a point that every day I'm going to take at least one meal, eat vegetables. And then make it 2 meals after you master that one meal. Master where you are, because that's how you grow. Master where you are. But please, y'all, please, 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 I'm saying this. I'm working on it too. Let's all eat healthier this year and work out, because I look around and I see so many illnesses and diseases. And, you know, as you guys know, I was pre-med when I was in college, and I just learned a lot about a lot of this stuff. And it's just so overwhelming when you really get down to how important diet. We know it, but a lot of people just don't care. They don't understand why they should care, because they're like, well, it's just food. You know, it's not going to do that much to me.
Yeah.
But then look around and see how people have diabetes. How many people are dying from heart attacks or strokes, or how many people are you know, getting cancer because of the toxins, not because necessarily the food, but because of the toxins that are in the foods that they're eating.
Yes.
So important. So just research for yourself what's best for you. Hey, Diana, girls, I'm sorry. research for yourself what's best for you, and research what will help you to be able to, because when you're healthy and you're happy and your mind is functioning in a way that is the optimal for you, because you're putting the proper things in yourself, then you'll be able to honestly reach those goals that you set. You'll be able to, God can say, you know what? She's ready. She can handle, you know, having a child and having a husband and have that energy to do it, because she decided to take care of herself. Take care of you. Take care of you in every aspect. Everything that comes in will come out, including the things that you hear, the people around you, the things that they plant in your heart.
Yes.
It's food too.
I'm so glad you said that, because that was going to be my next thing. I was going to say consumption, just consumption in general. Sometimes a lot of the music we listen to, or a lot of people that we, of course, have in our lives, or even the products that we use can be slowly killing us on the spiritual and physical and even mental realm. So we do want to just be conscious of who we're, you know, guard your ears, eyes, and mouth, they say. So be very careful about what you are allowing yourself to.
I'm going to let her sit for a second real quick. I'm about to run and grab my charger.
Okay.
I'll be back.
All right. So I'm just going to open up the floor. Share some of the struggles that you guys have overcome so far. Like, I know 2017, I saw on Facebook, some people were like, man, I can't wait for 2018 to come on and happen. So share with us some of the struggles that you guys overcame within 2017. I'm super excited. Hi, welcome.
Okay.
I know me personally,
Hi, Rich.
I started eliminating toxic people out of my life, my own personal life. I was just like, you know what? Why do I have you in my life? Why am I trying to, why am I trying to appease to you?
Oh, hi, Rich. Thank you so much.
Why am I trying to appease to you? Why am I trying to keep you in my life if you're not a good person, or if you're not, trying to fill my life with joy and positivity? So in 2017, I kind of learned I kind of gained the skill of just letting people go. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna love you from a distance. I appreciate you. I appreciate the value that you put in my life. I appreciate the value that I gave to you. But this is our last stop. So
I'm learning to do that now. But I think it's harder when you've never, like, a lot of times you haven't been in a situation, so you're like trying to navigate through it. And that's what we were saying earlier. It's so important to talk to
Hi,
people.
welcome.
Had I never talked to her about some things, this person I'm not going to talk about today, but there's some things that, you know, personally happened in my life. I didn't really know what to do. I don't really know how to navigate through, but I'm learning that the more I open up, because I've always been a closed book usually in the past, I'm learning that, like we said earlier, you're not alone. And there's people who can give you valuable advice that can actually really help change your life, because you need people. People need people. No matter how much you want to act like you don't need anybody, you need somebody.
Yes, I do not believe people are islands.
God created us all to be able to connect for a reason. He speaks through people sometimes, because sometimes, no matter how, God can put a big sign in front of you that says, do not go through this door. Don't do it. And you just go, I didn't have my glasses on that day. But then sometimes he'll send that person or a person across your path to kind of guide you in that way. Like, oh, we're going to steer you away from that door. And that's when you have to become spiritually in tune, so that you can kind of get the right confirmations and making sure it's the right person who's guiding you through that process. But just, you know,
sometimes like you find yourself in a situation where you're moving, you kind of feel your spirit, and your spirit has taken control. Because I think there's different elements to who we are. We have, of course, our flesh, then we have our spirit. And sometimes our flesh tries to fight against our spirit to try to keep us from doing what God has sent us to do, or to keep us away from the things that we're trying to accomplish that was meant for us to accomplish from God. So sometimes you just gotta like, it kind of goes with the fear thing too. Just, you know what, I feel a certain way. I feel like this is going to get me to where I need to go. Let me just move with it. Let me just see what happens. Let me just go with it, and watch. Because usually, like, it's always a blessing on the other side. Like, it's always something positive. It's God speaking to you. And usually when you don't do it, you end up missing out on so much. You're sitting at home like, man, why didn't I do that? I knew I should have do that. Or I know I should have did that. So, so just go do it.
And Rich, I see your comment. And I don't know if you want us to read this out loud or not, so I'm just going to basically address it. I understand sometimes things happen in our lives that we don't understand. And sometimes we're like, it can be a job, it can be a, career, it can be somebody, anything. Sometimes things are taken away, but not for the reason that you see it as of this moment. Sometimes it's something that you may never understand. And sometimes later in life, you may understand it, but you have to take those moments where something is taken away from you and learn from that lesson and realize what it is that you're supposed to learn from it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's even like you said in your comment, you were cut from the track team. And that sucks, because it's like, wow, you put in all this work and you were working and you were doing all this with your teammates. But sometimes it's best for you because there's something on the other side of that you do not see right now. And trust and believe there's something else that's on the other side of it that you're not going to see right now. And just trust me when I say this. God has a purpose for all of that. He let it happen for a reason. If it was not supposed to happen, it would not have happened. But trust me, it happened for a reason. And maybe you don't even realize it, but maybe the people that, I'm not saying anything bad about whoever you were on the track team with, but maybe somewhere deeper in it, there was somebody who was actually against you. And God removed you from that so he can place you around the people who are actually for you. And sometimes we don't see the bigger picture because we can't see the bigger picture, So just trust your journey. You may feel it now, how you're feeling, but when you move forward and you look back, you may be like, wow, I'm so happy. If you only understand, it's so many things in my life that happen. I'm like, what has happened? And then now I look back, I'm like, oh, thank you guys so much. You have my back. You have my back because I didn't see the future processes of that, where sometimes you hold on to something that's not supposed to be, and then it really damages you, and you have to reconstruct even more. It's like knocking a house down halfway versus knocking it all the way down. Sometimes you just have to throw the whole house away.
Just throw it away.
Throw it all away and just start over, rebuild. So take this time for yourself. Take this time for yourself. Take this time to learn from those lessons, to grow from those lessons. Understand the fact that you were hurting, the fact that you were upset about it, and you were bummed is because you are a human being, and that goes to show you that you have a heart. Because if you have a heart, you use it. Hearts sometimes feel. That's what they do. So just keep pushing, keep trying. Maybe next year, if you're still in college, you want to try again or whatever it is. Maybe it's something else you end up finding that you love. Just take this time. I'm just telling you, take this time for yourself. You're welcome. Your turn.
That's awesome. I love that.
I don't really know what else to say. I'm just like, because it's true though. A lot of times like I said, something is taken away from us and we feel like, wow.
Yeah. Just to get on the personal, completely like similar but different at the same time. I have a friend. Her father he got offered a job to work at the Trade Center, and or the World Trade Center. And long story short, he really wanted it. He was an engineer. He was going to be making like something close to like 7 to 8 figures annually. So they were just like, yeah, we should really take it. But his wife, she felt inside of her. She's like, no, that's not for you. And he was like, no, this is for us. It's going to be able to provide for our family, la, la, la. And sometimes it looks really good. It's glittered and beautiful. But she was like, no, I just don't feel right. I don't feel right about this. I'm not trying to like distract you or take you away from your goals and your dreams, but this is just no. So, she did everything in her power to keep him home and to keep their family in Chicago. And they stayed. And then the next year, 9/11 happened. And that could have been her husband. That could have been their family. That could have been a lot of things.
When God speaks, listen.
Yes.
Trust me.
Yes.
Listen. There's so many things that I know I could have listened to, and I would be in a different situation. But I'm in my own will. I decided to do what I wanted to do, and some things could have been avoided in my life currently. But I decided to just like, Lord, you don't know God. Like this because my heart was so big, and that's why sometimes our heart is big, and sometimes we try, but. I was like, no. And then it's like looking back, it's like God was already telling me and I wasn't listening. So really put your listening ears on. If you feel it, listen to it. Trust me, it's not going to steer you wrong. Your intuition is very powerful. Yes. And that's with anything. That's with jobs, relationships, money, everything. You know, just listen to it, because sometimes God is saving your life. Not sometimes. Let's be real. Sometimes it's that deep. Sometimes it's really that deep. It's not just
life or death. It's life or death.
Because I'm pretty sure there's probably some people who could have been in certain situations that could have harmed them. And you know, you don't want to be that person who's like, God is telling you, but plan to move to Glendale. Follow your dreams. Your family will always be there for you. Trust me. Follow your dreams. No matter what, always follow your dreams, because people who love you will support you, be there for you no matter what. So follow your dreams. Yeah. Point blank period. It's nothing more than that. It's that simple.
Yeah, because what's the alternative?
God is there for a reason.
What's the alternative? To keep living a certain way? And like that was kind of something I was saying before we got turned off. A lot of times people put their expectations on us and want us to live their life because they didn't get a chance to, or because they feel like that's what's right for them. But we can only live our life. I'm so sorry you didn't get to do what you wanted to do. You still have an opportunity to do so if you want to. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Like like if you miss out on, I don't know, whatever the case may be.
Broke your foot. I don't know.
Yeah. But you know, you only have so many days and so many years on this earth. Why not do what you really want to do? Why not do what you really love to do? And if you do it and you mess up, you learn a lesson. I don't believe in mistakes. I don't believe in failures. I believe that was a lesson. Cool. I'm glad I took that route. Now let me make a left here. Let me make a right here and keep going on my path.
Life is a highway. And I'm going to ride it. It really is. It's a journey. Life is a journey. It's made up of a whole bunch of things that just, it's like all in a pot, and you just mix them up, and that's your life.
Exactly.
And I feel like a lot of times we're afraid to do so. Now I wanted to talk about one more topic, but one more thing that I'm working on this year is clearing my skin. So I look so oily right now, but I want to clear my skin. Like I literally don't have on any makeup. I just have my eyebrows done and some lipstick on, because my skin. I had a thigh that got infected. If you follow me on YouTube and you watch my last video that I posted, you know this. I ended up on antibiotics. It was just crazy how it happened, because they said it spread it in my face. It could have became dangerous. It was just a lot. But thank God it ended up turning out cool or whatever. But in that process, I wasn't wearing makeup, and I still haven't worn makeup since. And I've learned so much about the toxins that are in some of these products that we're putting on our skin and our face. And so for me, it's so important now for me to make it a point, make it a not even a goal, make it a, what's the word? Like this is what I need to do.
Like
a priority.
Decision,
yeah, like to put on things on my face that is going to be more healthy for me. And I'm saying that because a lot of times, even with our face and our bodies, we need to put things in our life that's going to be healthy for you all around, like people, things, and places, and all these things. And so I'm just really excited about this podcast. I mean, I keep saying podcast. You know, look, we have a lot.
We're planting the seeds. We're planting the seeds for a podcast, you guys.
Yeah, like as you guys can see, we're like saying, and I think it's something great to do. I did always plan on going live on my YouTube channel to talk about my move to Arizona. And the funny part is, I didn't even know that you moved here from Chicago, so maybe that could be another video that we do.
Yes.
But she has a YouTube channel.
I do. It is Bailey's Rave. So B-A. I feel like that's such a long thing to spell. But Bailey's, I'm just going to type it in here again.
She's like, hold on, let me just retype it.
And everybody that's on my channel, her channel is Ashley Joyce.
Yes, ASHLEY Joyce, JOYS. And everybody on YouTube, thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate you guys. And I just want you guys to know that don't give up on your dreams. Whatever purposes God has called you to do it. Whatever you're going through, you will get through it. I already claim it. Woo! I claim Jesus for you. I really do, because I know that you can do it. I know that you can overcome it. I know pretty soon we're probably about to end this, because I didn't realize that it's been 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
I was sitting here like
I literally feel like I could go on and on and on and on. And we're really excited about doing this, but we also have some other shoots that we're going to be doing today.
Yes, we do have.
And we want to give you guys some, some ammunition to come back or whatever. So, do you guys have any more questions or anything that you guys want to leave us with, or do you have any final words?
Just strive to be your best you. Like, you may be completely different next month. I know I take myself in doses. So I'm like, you know what? This week I feel like doing this. I'm going to push for that. So I get on there and I do what I need to do. And then the following week, I do what I need to do. So just take yourself in doses, go from there. And, you know, sometimes don't take life so seriously. It's not, you know, some cases it is life or death.
Yeah.
But whether you're going to have waffles or a pancake, that's not life or death. Just grab the dang on waffles. Waffles rock. So get the waffles.
I'm pancakes. I'm pancakes and honey.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to do this podcast. We're going to make this happen. I definitely have some ideas for a podcast. If you guys want to be a part of our podcast, let us know. That would be so awesome. Yes. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you so, so much.
Yes. And yeah, what's your question? While he's typing the question, yeah, I agree with her. I think this year.
What we're going to do for 2018.
So for you. Okay. Oh, for me. So for me, 2018, my goals are one to just be better with my relationship with Christ. I really want to get closer to God. I want to allow Him to lead me in every single way, every single part of my life. You know, I feel like. Every single part of my life. I'm sorry. Every single part of my life, but I feel like I really want to grow as a person. I want to love myself more this year. I think this year is for me to literally love myself more. Like I want to just like fully fall into faith and fully fall in love with Ashley all over again. I kind of lost that part of me for a while, and I think that this year is my year to do it. And I just want to, and I feel like anything that I figure out in that process of me falling back in love with Ashley and getting closer to my faith and getting closer to God, I'm going to let that happen on its own. So I don't know, maybe you'll see me in California or maybe you'll see me, you know, with my YouTube channel grown because I've done certain things. I don't know what this year holds for me. I just know I'm open to whatever God says.
Yes, yes. And it kind of just piggyback off of her.
Oh, eating healthy and working out because I'm going to get my skin clear.
Yes, that's like mine. So like eating better or eating like things that I love. I think a lot of times that we limit ourselves on our like options. And like I said, I'm a Sagittarius. I love options. So I love what you said about like doing a tour around Phoenix. That's something that I have in my goals for next year, especially with my channel. So always stay tuned. I plan on doing like top 10 burrito places or top 3, depending on how many burritos, because sometimes some of these burrito places, we're in Phoenix, but sometimes these don't do it. Don't do it because you will be sick and sad and crying. But I definitely want to just meet more entrepreneurs, get out there more with people, just to kind of connect and build. And like you said, build the love in our community, build the love in ourselves.
Let her talk about that. Let me go grab my charger.
Appreciate everybody. So we appreciate you guys so much.
Okay, yeah, let's just end it.
Cyber hug. Her computer's dying.
Cyber hug, you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this. We're so excited. We love you guys so much.
See you next time.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
And listen, go for your dreams. We'll be back for more.
So. Yes. See you guys.
Bye. Have a good 2018. This is your year. And live. And I'm sharing mine for people who want to watch it later. Thank you guys on YouTube so much for watching our video. We love you guys so much. Bye.
Oh my God, everybody was here too. See you guys next time. Kisses to YouTube.